Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. And like all good things, things must come to an end. We're at the end of June, and we are at the end of Siege Month. So I'm showing off the last of the Siege toys that has been released. I know some of the next ones have probably started to appear, but they're not yet available in my stores yet, so hopefully that will be changing soon. But today we're taking a look at the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. This toy is based on the Cybertron series Optimus Prime that was released back in 2002. In Japan, the Cybertron series was known as Galaxy Force, so hence why the name for this toy is called Galaxy Upgrade, to pay homage to the Japanese name. And while I don't have the original toy, I do have to say this one does look rather impressive. But also does seem to harken ideas and take some design cues from the God Ginrai toy that was released during the Super God Master Force era. Of course, those of you longtime subscribers know that I did review a later release of God Ginrai. And those of you that saw the recent Robocon haul saw that I did buy a modern God Ginrai. And maybe sometime we'll show him on the channel. But right now, let's take a focus on Optimus here. This Optimus is a somewhat major retooling of the Ultra Magnus toy that was just recently reviewed here on the channel. So basically, a lot of it is the same. Like, case in example, the leg portion, the legs are relatively the same. The black gun here is the exact same gun. And in a lot of ways, the body underneath a lot of the armor here is also exactly the same. But of course, it's also a different toy, so it will transform somewhat differently. The robot to truck will be pretty much the same as Ultra Magnus, but the trailer is put together a lot differently. For starters, let's look at the articulation of the fully armored upgrade. We can turn his head from side to side, and it's on a ball joint, so it can look up and down pretty reasonably. Once we detach an arm from the weapon here, you can raise his arms up to the side, about so far. And he does have a joint that allows the shoulders to rotate, but the shoulder armor and the backpack kind of get in the way of rotating the arm at the shoulder all the way. Obviously, there's a joint at the elbow, so you can bend his arm at the elbow about 90 degrees, and there is a swivel at the bicep. So he does have the G.I. Joe battle grip. Has a joint at the torso, at his hip, so you can twist him at the hips a bit. His legs do move apart at the side about so far, so you can almost do a full splits. You can bend his leg up at the hip about 90 degrees, and you can bend him at the knee about 90 degrees. So a pretty good range of motion is available to you on this toy. And of course, when he's holding these ladder cannons on here, he looks like he's ready to go and take on a bunch of Decepticons. Or maybe a bunch of Xenomorphs. That might be an interesting comic book crossover. Transformers versus Aliens. Nah, I don't see that happening. Alright, let's get the armor off of him and take a look at the regular robot mode. And here we go. Here's Optimus without the extra armor. It does look pretty good. It's almost does a good job of resembling the recent version, although not entirely. Of course, the instructions have the extra black guns mounted here onto his forearms, which is, that's debatable to me on how that looks. I mean, yeah, it's good to have the extra firepower handy, but I don't know. I don't really like the positioning of it. That's just me, though. As for how articulated he is in this mode, it's pretty much the same. Head can turn from side to side and look up and down. The arm can be raised out about so far. And this time, without the armor on, he can rotate at the shoulder all the way around. Can bend at the elbow. And of course with the swivel at the bicep. Twist at the hip. Do full splits at the legs. Raise his leg up about 90 degrees and bend at the knee about 90 degrees. So you get quite a lot of posability with these guys. I can see why they're such a fan favorite amongst many of the collectors. Alrighty, now let's take a look at his vehicle mode. And here we go. We've now got the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime into his alternate mode. It's a rather unique looking fire engine. And again, most of the trailer is predominantly built up by the various bits of the armor. Unfortunately, the way they designed it, the painted side of the wheels doesn't show back here on this part, so I don't know if that's an intended design flaw or what. I don't really like it myself, but as they aren't actual wheels, because they aren't in contact with the ground, I guess it's okay. But of course, in connecting, just like with Ultra Magnus, the rear wheels of the truck are lifted up. So you're only using the front wheels on the cab and the back set of wheels on the trailer. Nevertheless, it does roll pretty good. Of course, you got the two black guns mounted on the side. Unlike on Ultra Magnus, they're positioned to be in firing position. And of course, you got the two ladders. You can swivel them out to the side. And they also raise up and down like so. But of course, as it still has the gun barrel on the end, you can still pretend that they're cannons of sorts. And as you have two of them, you can position them in different angles. So get a fair amount of motion with this toy, so I will give it that. If there is a downside to this toy, I think the armor is a bit complicated. You gotta piece it together precisely just right, or it tends to fall apart on you, especially here in fire truck mode. So I would recommend you do be careful with that, and have a little patience with this toy, as it will be a bit of a frustrating challenge. But all in all, it's not a bad one per se. I kind of like it. And this is coming from somebody who never saw the original toy, never played with it. But it has sparked some interest that if I can find one at a reasonable price, I may try to track it down. Of course, if any of you out there happen to have the Cybertron version of Optimus Prime, would like to contribute it to the channel, drop me a line at sparkster1701@gmail.com and we'll go from there. Anyway, in closing for this month, I want to thank all of my subscribers who have been with me for this entire month, and certainly to welcome the new subscribers to the channel. Welcome aboard. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and will continue to follow me as we cover more Transformer toys. Also, in case many of you haven't already heard, at San Diego Comic-Con this year, Hasbro will be unveiling more Siege toys that are going to be coming out very late in the line. They've shown off Crosshairs, Spinister, Apeface, and Astrotrain. I've included a link down below here in the description to the article on the website Screen Rant, who had the exclusive rights to preview those toys. So please do click on that link and go check out the article yourselves and the pictures. Very good pictures. I'm very impressed with the new ones that are coming. Well, 3 of them anyway. The 4th one, I'm still in debate. If you've been following this channel all month, you'll figure out which one it is. I don't want to spoil it or disappoint any fans. But at any rate, that's my review of the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime. I do hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you all also enjoyed all the reviews we've done this past month. If you like this review, please leave a thumbs up on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button down below and join up in our ranks. Also, make sure to ring the bell so you'll be notified when we post new content, because we're going back to the regular schedule now. Whew, what a month. Also, please consider sharing your thoughts about the Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime in the comments down below. This is Sparkster1701 saying I will catch you all later.